So what we are doing today is that we are calling this video that Ghanaian minister celebrates exploitation of his country by neo-colonialists. And why are we saying this? Why are we calling it this? Now, an article appeared in a news platform, which is a major news platform in Ghana, called City News, in which a Ghanaian diplomat or minister came out to celebrate trade between Ghana and Switzerland, which had hit $3 billion, more than $3 billion in 2023. And let me show you this particular article so that you can have a look at it yourself. Now, this is, of course, the article, and as you can see, this is the man and the woman who's the ambassador of Switzerland in Ghana. Now, why am I saying that he is celebrating exploitation? Let us read behind this particular article, what is behind this particular article and this so-called celebration. Because whenever a neo-colonial politician tells you that he is celebrating something that has been achieved, you need to check really behind the figures. Check what is behind those figures that he is celebrating as an achievement on behalf of the African people. Now, the article says that Switzerland becomes Ghana's top export partner with $3 billion in trade in 2023. All right? Switzerland has emerged as Ghana's #1 export partner, with exports from Ghana to Switzerland totaling $3 billion in 2023. The bilateral trade volumes between the two countries have increased, rising from $1.5 billion in 2019 to $3 billion in 2023. Okay, they doubled since 2019. The trade volumes between the two countries doubled to 3 billion, from 1.5 billion to 3 billion in 2023. Now, Simeon Ginger or Simeon Gaija, the ambassador of Switzerland to Ghana, highlighted this achievement during a reception celebrating the 733rd anniversary of Switzerland's founding. Switzerland is celebrating 733 years. Okay, this was in Accra. She noted that Ghana retained its position as Switzerland's. She said that she noted that Ghana, maintained its position or retained its position as Switzerland's second largest trading partner in sub-Saharan Africa, after South Africa. All right, following South Africa. On its National Day, Switzerland celebrates the institutions that have bolstered its democracy and prosperity since the adoption of its constitution in 1848. That is what she said. The grand diplomatic reception brought together a distinguished gathering of high-ranking officials, including ambassadors, government officials, chief executives of Swiss businesses in Ghana's community. And Ambassador Gaija said that the ongoing development cooperation that existed between Ghana and Switzerland was a testament to the economic and trade ties between the two countries. This is what she said. She said under Switzerland's new cooperation framework with Ghana, spanning 2025 to 2028, Switzerland would collaborate with its Ghanaian partners in several areas relevant to fostering inclusive development. Of course, she's speaking all these, these big words, dropping all these big words, inclusive development, which are normally sort of NGO-ish, which normally come from the West, inclusive development, sustainable development, and all these things. But that sustainable development, of course, you never see it. You can wait for another 100 years and you will never see that sustainable development, or you will never see that so-called inclusive development. So, on his side, so she said that working closely with the private sector, and that is the problem. That is the problem right there. Whenever the West talks about private sector, it actually means their corporations coming to take over our economies. And that is the trap. That is the trap that these neo-colonial heads of state on the African continent and the neo-colonial leaders have dropped us into. And this is what we have to fight. This is the struggle that we are going to be engaged in. She said that working closely with the private sector, she noted that Switzerland aimed to strengthen strategic value chains, invest in skills development for young people, support an effective decentralization, including bottom-up accountability measures, and scale renewable energy solutions. All right, of course, she speaks all these, the European approach, the Western approach to development. They are talking about renewable energy, which they are not implementing in their countries, and they are pushing it on the African countries on the African continent. Now, Mr. Francis Boyecha, the Minister of Roads and Highways, who represented the government, said Ghana had established itself as a safe, secure, and welcome home for foreign investors. That is what he said. Businesses, expatriates, and investors who were making various contributions to the country's economic development. He said that due to the peaceful climate, peaceful political climate, security, democratic credentials, and favorable investment conditions, there were over 55 Swiss investments in Ghana, including companies such as Nestle, all right, Nestle, Ghana Limited, Accra Brewery, SGS Ghana, Panalupia, all right, he said Panalupina Ghana Limited, Divag Limited, Ghana Pioneer Aluminium Factory, Ghana Industrial Containers Limited, Berry, Calibot, and Blue Skies. The minister, also the member of parliament of Bantama, said that the political stability in Ghana, which had been the cornerstone of Ghana's attractiveness as an investment destination, had boosted the inflow of foreign direct investment to support the country's economic development. With the 3 billion trade volumes in 2023, he said it was gratifying to reiterate that Switzerland was one of the few countries with the trade balance in favor of Ghana, and that is greatly valued, and that it greatly valued its economic relations with Switzerland, because Ghana valued its economic relations with Switzerland. All right, Mr. Boyecha stated that with the operationalizations of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, Ghana had become a more attractive destination for foreign direct investment. Now, the key to note here in this article actually is what this man is talking about as the $8 billion. All right, the $8 billion. The $3 billion. The $3 billion that he is talking about, that he is in favor of Ghana. Now, I did a background check. What I did is that I decided to go and do a background check on his claims. What are his claims? That Ghana's trade is in, the trade between Switzerland and Ghana is in favor of Ghana. Now, I went and looked at what are the products that Ghana is really exporting to Switzerland? Because we say that if any neo-colonial head of state or so-called leader says that Africa is the one benefiting more, you need to check what is behind the figures. Or if any neo-colonial representative says that Africa is benefiting, and when there's a neo-colonialist sitting on his side and praising the contribution by these neo-colonialists, then what you need to do is go behind the figures that are being mentioned to see exactly what is it that this person is talking about. Now, I went and looked at the figures of what Ghana is trading with Switzerland. And look at what I came out with. In 2023, Ghana exported to Switzerland $3.27 billion. $3.27 billion of gold. All right? Of gold. Now, let us look at the gold industry itself. Do Ghanaians really control the gold industry in Ghana? Recently, last year, one of the major pioneers in Ghana's mining industry, who is called Sam Jonah, was complaining about the fact that no Ghanaian company owns anything in the mining industry. And who owns this gold, which this man is saying that Ghana is benefiting from this relationship with Switzerland? Who owns this gold? All right? Who owns this gold? Is Western companies, is Western corporations from Canada, from Australia Gold Fields, Anglo Ashanti Gold from the United States, and we have Newmont from Canada. These are the companies which are exporting. Ghana is earning just 7%, below 7% of the value that is coming from this gold. So out of these $3 billion, $3.2 billion, you can not even see what it is benefiting to the African people. So you can see, like I said, if a neo-colonial leader, a neo-colonial representative who is black in our continent says, when a neo-colonial person is sitting there, a Western person is sitting there, says that this is in the benefit of Africa, you need to check behind all the figures that he is talking about or anything that he is talking about. Okay, number two, export. Apart from gold, which is at $3.27 billion, number two is cocoa beans. They are exporting beans, raw beans, which is not chocolate, of $77.4 million. $77.4 million of cocoa beans, not chocolate. So how is this benefiting Ghana and the common people? How is this something to be celebrated? Number three, tropical fruits. So I don't know which tropical fruits they are exporting to Switzerland, which is $7.36 million. So my brothers and sisters, whenever a neo-colonial leader says something and claims that it is benefiting Africa, you need to check behind the figures. But what do you think about this analysis, this particular analysis, and what these neo-colonial representatives and the neo-colonialists themselves are parading themselves within Africa and claiming that Africa is benefiting from this relationship, which we are not seeing any benefit that come from it? Please put that in the comment section and let us spark the conversation from there. My name is Kwame Gonza. Please like the video and share it with others. And also, please support our channel on PayPal account and also the super chat. We will be glad if you do that for us. Thank you so much for being part of us. And my name is Kwame Gonza. The channel is called Connect Africa and Africa Reimagined. Peace to you, and we love you all. Thank you so much.